And thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on. So, I want to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey, this current season, and everything that's been happening, especially with this last episode that just aired. We know that the Real Housewives of New Jersey is planning to be revamped, according to Andy Cohen. He's saying they're going to do something new and different. We don't know what that will be until it happens. Hopefully, it's not some BS because Jersey normally is one of my favorite franchises from Bravo, but or the Real Housewives. But I will say that the show, I still like it, but at the same time, I don't because I feel like there's a lot of people who ruin the show. Just like I felt like the Real Housewives of Atlanta used to have people on there that were ruining the show because of their alliances. The alliances ruin it for me. I feel like the Real House of New Jersey has Margaret the witch. Oh my gosh. She laughs just like a witch, looks just like a witch. Margaret the witch and Melissa, witch knows Melissa. I feel like those two, they used to have Jackie on their team. They have Dolores in limbo, which we'll get to her in a minute because she's a freaking fake flip flopper who needs help. And they have Dr. Seuss, or I mean, they have Whoville knows, Rachel Fuda, who is just so ridiculous this season, so pointless and pathetic. And Teresa should have cursed her ass out. If I was Teresa, I would have cursed that girl out every which way. She would have never even wanted to look my way. But anyway, that's not the topic of this video. So I feel like Margaret has ruined the show because she is one of those housewives who get so big and get a big head and start to feel like they can control the show and control narratives on the show. When you start to do that and try to like play puppet master, that's when I feel like you need to go. That's when it's like you got to go. And I'm hoping that the network is seeing that with Margaret and just has no intentions on bringing her back. She brings the toxicity to the show that I feel like is unnecessary. Everybody's always blaming Teresa and Jen and this and that. And to be honest, I'm going to make it very clear. Jennifer has saved the show since she's been on the show. Let's be very clear. She's been the main one getting things riled up, going against the grain, and not being a follower like Melissa has been to Margaret, which I think is so stupid, by the way, because Margaret came on the show after Melissa. If anything, if it was me with my type of energy, I wouldn't be on the show before someone and then become their follower. No, if anything, you will become my follower because I was here first. That shows how weak minded Melissa is, that you would let a woman who came in after you be your leader and tell you what to do and help you play your cards right on the show. But it could be out of fear, like others have said, because Margaret has a lot of information and she uses it. I'm happy that in this last episode, Dolores did admit that she said that Margaret does talk a lot of shit, and that is very true. Margaret talks a lot of crap, but when you talk a lot of crap and you socialize with a lot of people, a lot of information comes back to you. So we all know that she has an arsenal, like they said. I don't know why. She gets mad about it because it's true. Anything she gets mad about is true. So yeah, I like Jen, like Teresa. I feel like I like that they're in their own little zone. Danielle is a complete follower, just disgusting. Kind of want her off the show. She's very tacky, nasty, and just a bird brain, if you ask me. Fuda, I don't like her. I don't like her nose, but I do think that she could stay if she could stay just like if they kept Teresa and everything like that. I could see Fuda staying at being like a rival type of person for Teresa, I guess, since she wants to speak out against Teresa. That way we wouldn't need like Margaret and Melissa anymore. They could just be, off the show, if you ask me. But yeah, so I feel like Margaret is giving it out very clear that she's guilty. That's why she kept making all those phone calls when she found out Teresa was going to have the event to expose her. I feel like she was very guilty. She's calling her friends, trying to guilt them into not going. Oh, if you do this, if you go, this isn't. It's like she's using that same manipulation tactic that she's been using on a lot of the girls for years. And I'm happy that people like Jackie have been able to break out of that. Now, when they do have the event, and Teresa's attorney is explaining what's going on. He's really just saying what he can say. It is a legal matter. You can't say everything. But what he was saying is that Margaret reached out to the woman so that the woman could continue to be vindictive. You know, when you're in a position like Margaret, she's like, oh, I know how to get him. Yeah, let me reach out to her. Let me tell her, oh, do a lawsuit and do this and put all these claims out and da da da. And that's how you'll get him. That's how you'll stress him out. And the woman has been doing it and it has been working. And they have physical proof that Margaret has been speaking with the woman. But actually, they don't even need it because Marge finally went from lying about it to now finally telling the truth, telling Dolores that she did meet with the woman and she has been in contact with the woman. First she said, I never met her in person. Oh, but I saw her at events. You met her in person. You've talked to her. You've given her advice on how to attack Louis and Teresa. Admit it. And I like that people are seeing it. If you don't see it, you just want to be blind. Margaret has been playing dirty like that for years. No one wanted to believe Teresa because Teresa doesn't seem like the more intellectual or intelligent person between the two, and she doesn't always know how to articulate what she feels or what she knows, but she knew from being on the show a long time. She is a veteran. She's been there since season 1. She knows how this show works and how these girls do, and she knew once stuff started coming out that Margaret had been involved in that against her, and she obviously has proof of it. It's clear as day. Now, was the event jaw-dropping? No, I think they could have explained more about it, but everybody at that table knew that what the attorney was saying was not a lie. Even Dolores finally had to admit, like, you know, she even told her, like, Margaret, why did you talk to her at all? You know why she talked to her. Dolores is fake to me, by the way. But anyway. So yeah, Margaret is not innocent. I feel like she was exposed for that, and that's what Teresa meant. She was being exposed for being involved. The attorney said it. He had proof. Obviously, he couldn't present it all, but whatever. I don't know why Danielle was there. She's fake. She's phony. She should be where Margaret is. I would have thrown her right over there with Nose, Lissa, and Margaret. I'm happy Melissa really wasn't in this situation or episode much. She is just so exhausting. Her and her husband are literally, they have no lifeline besides Teresa on this show. So I really can't. I can do without them on the show. I could do without them, and I could do without Margaret. The husbands that annoy me, oh my gosh. Fuda, he's so ridiculous, such a joke, trying to act tough, really weak, whatever is going on with him. So mad that Teresa brought up the drug stuff. Why is it? Is that because she struck a nerve with something that could potentially be true? And I've been seeing things float around the internet. So the Fudas should really lay low. I'm not saying that Louis is perfect, but when he says that he was never given a fair chance because people like Margaret were ready to just bring out dirt and things against him, he's not lying. So yeah, Real Housewives of New Jersey, I don't know, but this episode was, I'll give it like a 7. Jen Fessler, I do like Jen Fessler because she's not someone that's just listening to what Margaret is saying. She's actually going against it, kind of like, oh, I'll talk to you, you're my friend. But she also is playing the game of, okay, I'm going to talk to the rest of the cast too. So I actually kind of like Fessler on the show. I wish she would kind of get a little bit more of her own backbone though. And as far as, you know, Jennifer, I like Jennifer. I think Jennifer should continue to stay on the show. She's been entertaining the whole time. I would like to see Jen and Teresa stay. And I know that that is an unpopular opinion, but welcome to my channel, my unpopular opinion. So we'll see what ends up happening. I know that the preview show from the next episode where Melissa's trying to get a moment with Teresa because Teresa's been paying her dust all season. Teresa just gave her one word, and that was WHORE. Bloop. And I like that. And as we can see, Danielle is being gutter trash and trying to get physical with Jennifer again. It's just disgusting to me. And I know what you're going to say the first time. Oh, Jen pushed her. I'm sorry. If somebody's in my face that close, arguing, yelling, calling me out of my name, I'm going to get triggered, like, get out of my face, okay? Not saying Jen was innocent, but you can't get in someone's face. Danielle was initiating a fight right there and provoking a fight then, and now she's getting physical again. I think she needs to be off the show immediately. Just trash. I can't even believe people are supporting her. But yeah, that's all I have as far as like my quick little brief review of this last episode, what I thought about it in The Real Housewives of New Jersey, that I have not covered much this season, but I'm going to keep covering it in other reality shows. So let me know in the comments what you think and subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.